Hello, everyone. I am Kristen Wilson, and I am the new director of Harpeth Gardens, and I'm so excited to take over this role. One of the things that I'm most excited about is to work with our guests and with our staff and just be able to build that bond and build the company up from there. My dream is to make the guest nursing home experience one that they're gonna be excited for. You know, nursing homes do have the stigma of not being very fun and being a dreadful place. And whenever I take over this role, my goal is to make that not what people think whenever they think of a nursing home. My first action of duty is fixing some of the problems that have been addressed to me. One being the CNAs and the registered nurses and who they report to, why they report to them. My biggest thing here is not having to micromanage. Honestly, to me, it is one of my biggest pet peeves. So in order for me to not have to worry about micromanaging and not having to worry about holding people's hands while they do their job, which I don't think any of y'all need at all. But I am going to say that the CNAs, y'all are certified to do what y'all know how to do, and I am going to let you do your job at that. Same thing for the registered nurses and the head nurses. Y'all know what y'all are doing. The only thing that I ask is that you report to your supervisors. So CNAs, that being the registered nurse or the head nurse on shift, you just report to them if there's a problem. Anything that you know that you need to report, go ahead and report, or anything you need help with, if you need someone's opinion, go ahead and report to them. You know, it doesn't hurt at all. And then for the head nurses and registered nurses, go ahead. I would want you to report to me if there was an issue that determines the stay of the guest and the stay of other employees. If it is an employee problem, obviously bring it to me just so I'm in the loop. I'm not going to be the one to make any decisions or any medical needed anything because I am not medically registered. I'm not certified. That is all y'all. So go ahead and do that as you please. And then another thing I do want to bring up is that if there is any major injury, illness, death, obviously bring that up to me just because it impacts the stay of our patients. Again, just to keep me in the loop and to discuss options if we needed them to be discussed at all. I want the nurses to be able to do their jobs. Again, y'all are all registered to do what you need to do, and I completely understand that, and I back y'all up in that. And I want to also implement that these changes will be put into place immediately as soon as this takeover starts. And I'm going to do my best to have that positive impact shown to our community, that being the guests and even our outside community and our staff. And if y'all have any questions or opinions or anything, I'm happy to discuss that with y'all. And the last thing is, this job is extremely hands-on with our patients, and that is the reason why we do what we do. Our patients are the heart of the nursing homes. Obviously, we are here for them. The reason we have jobs is because of them. So why not make this stay great? And again, I said earlier that the stigma of nursing homes obviously aren't the best and they don't have the best rap, but I want to do my best to change that as well as I can and as positive as I can, and I want the help of my staff to do that. And the first way I want to make this happen is, instead of referring to them as patients, I want to refer to them as guests. Obviously, this is going to take a little bit of practice. I've already been stumbling a little bit myself, but I do want to start getting in the swing of things of calling them guests and not patients. I don't want to demean them in any way. I want them to have a great time, and I want them to feel like this is their home just as much as it is ours. I have a big heart for safety and for fun and genuine connection and just a great time all together, and I want to ensure that. And the first thing I'm going to do, besides calling them guests instead of patients, is ensuring the rule of three. So in the past and on the mainstream media, we have heard of elderly abuse in nursing homes, whether it's sexual, it's physical, it's verbal, whatever it is. I want to avoid that as much as I can. And the way I want to do that is the rule of three. The rule of three is, if you are a CNA and you need to go into a patient's room to do some sort of whatever you need to do, go ahead and take a third person with you just so there's a witness. So it's not he said, she said, or their word against yours. I want to protect our backs. I want to protect y'all, and I want to protect our guests as well as we can. So that rule of 3 is the first thing that I do want to implement very hard. And going off of that is see something, say something. If you see something wrong, just go ahead and report it to your supervisors, to your head nurse, your RN, to me, whoever you feel like needs to hear it. Go ahead and report it to them. And if it's big enough and you report it to your RN or your head nurse, they'll go ahead and bring it up to me. And this, again, just ensures the safety of our guests and of you and of the company as a whole. And we're going to go ahead and just make sure that that is a priority to us, is guest safety, because without safety, we have no jobs and we have no genuine connection. There is the exception of if you're wanting to have a one-on-one with a patient and you're like hanging out and just getting to know them. Obviously, they bring a bunch of wisdom. So if you're wanting to get to talk to them, that is completely fine. Again, if you're wanting to do it in the room, just have that third person. But if you are wanting to have a one-on-one time, go ahead and do it in a well-lit and open area, just so there isn't any worry of he said, she said kind of situations. I know this sounds a little childish, but it is, again, to just protect everyone involved and protect the guests, the staff, and the work environment as well. And we care about our patients here, and that's why we do what we do. So when we do our jobs and we take care of these patients, again, guests, I should say, just try to remember your best that it is about them, and we don't want to turn down any needs that they may have, and we're just wanting to ensure that they have a great time here. And without that, we don't have jobs. But I do want to say thank you for your time, and thank you for the opportunity that I am given here. I promise that I will do my best on making sure that this place is a very positive, fun, loving place. We love our staff and we love our guests, and I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.